Prepare yourself, something profoundly rare is about to unfold. A unique energetic event, a double portal, is opening soon. These kinds of cosmic alignments don't happen often, and if you're not conscious of what it's designed to awaken within you, you may overlook what could be the most spiritually significant moment of the entire year. This isn't just another shift. This is a precise, almost otherworldly convergence, a synchronistic unfolding that blends the 8-8 Lionsgate portal with a second, unexpected wave of energy that follows right on its heels. Normally, the Lionsgate stands alone in its power, delivering a single potent surge of transformation. But this year is different. Unusually different. Right after the initial burst of energetic frequency that peaks on August 8th, something else comes through, quieter, but no less powerful. This second surge isn't loud or obvious. It doesn't announce its arrival with fireworks or fanfare. It moves in silence, masked by the calm after the first wave. That's what makes it so potent and so dangerous for the unaware. Many people will feel the lift on the 8th, breathe a sigh of relief, and assume the work is done. They'll feel the high and think they've arrived. They'll drop their guard. And in that moment of relaxation, the second current will sweep through like a hidden tide. It won't ask for permission. It won't wait for you to be ready. It will simply move, and here lies the truth. This moment isn't just rare, it's refined with cosmic accuracy. A sacred timing calibrated for those paying attention, not just to the energy, but to themselves. Because this isn't just a portal for external change. It's a mirror held up to the deepest parts of you, asking, are you really ready to become what you say you are? What many won't realize is that the 8-8 portal isn't the culmination, it's only the doorway. It opens the threshold, cracks the barrier. But the full moon energy that follows doesn't gently walk through it. It breaks it wide open. This is the real beginning of the shift, not the end. The sensation you'll likely feel on the 8th, maybe a surge of clarity, a burst of confidence, a glimpse of a new direction, that's not the transformation. It's the trigger. It's meant to prepare you, not convince you that the work is finished, that momentary clarity can become a trap for those who misread it. Because after that brief window of heightened awareness, everything may suddenly go quiet. That silence can feel like the closing of a chapter. But in truth, it's the moment before the real story begins. On August 9th, the second energetic wave arrives, and this one doesn't lift you up. It grounds you. Heavily. Not in punishment, but in purpose. While the 8th opens you to possibility, the 9th forces you to face what's standing in your way. This isn't going to feel like expansion. It might feel like gravity, like a weight pressing on you from the inside. And if you're not ready, it may feel overwhelming, but by the time most people realize that the portal is still very much active, they'll already be deep inside it. And here's the most important truth. The energy of this portal is listening. Not casually, but intently. It's recording, absorbing, integrating every word you speak, especially the ones you speak about yourself. Every thought you vocalize becomes a seed, and whether that seed grows into something beautiful or destructive depends entirely on you. This is why it's crucial to be mindful of your self-talk during this time. Most people unknowingly plant weeds with their words. They say things like, it probably won't work out, or I always mess things up, or nothing ever really changes for me. These statements may seem harmless, even self-deprecating in a casual way. But on a day like August 8th, they become commands. The universe doesn't filter your intention through optimism or pessimism. It responds to the frequency behind your words. And on a portal day, that response is amplified. This isn't about slapping fake positivity on a hard season. You don't need to lie to yourself. If life has been messy, exhausting, chaotic, acknowledge it. Own it. But don't script your collapse before you've even given yourself a chance to rise. Don't let your voice be the thing that closes the path that's just now beginning to open. The portal isn't asking you to show up with perfection. It's asking you to show up with presence. To hold space for possibility, even if all you have is a sliver of hope. If you feel compelled to speak on this day, let your words be ones that stretch your timeline wider, not shrink it. Speak life into your future. Say something that doesn't anchor you to the past. Even silence is powerful if it's intentional. Let your stillness echo louder than your fear. Let it say, I'm open, even if I'm unsure. And if your body starts acting strangely, don't panic. Many are already reporting physical symptoms that are hard to explain. Unusual pressure in the head, sensations of dizziness, feelings like the mind is overloading. For some, there are sudden jolts of awareness, like mental flashes, brief moments where it feels as if the lights inside are flickering on and off. These aren't signs of something wrong. They're signals of something shifting. Your system is trying to process an energetic upgrade before your conscious mind can catch up. This is how the body speaks when it doesn't have a language to explain what's happening. Before we move ahead in the video, I want to let you know that if you've gained even a little value from my efforts, please consider donating through Super Thanks or via PayPal. It really helps motivate and inspire us to keep going. This isn't a coincidence. It's not harmful. And you're absolutely not losing your grip on reality. What you're experiencing right now is the unmistakable tension between who you currently are and who you are energetically being asked to become. That sensation, whether it's emotional, mental, or physical, is not chaos. It's contact. It's the moment where your present state meets the vibrational frequency of the next version of you. The Lionsgate portal isn't just a symbolic date or some vague cosmic concept. It is a highly charged energetic opening, one that functions like a magnetic pull. It doesn't just radiate from the stars, it reaches directly into your energy field. It draws things toward you, insights, realizations, soul contracts, forgotten truths. And then, right on its heels, the full moon arrives, not to complement it gently, but to purge. To push out all that no longer fits within the upgraded container of your becoming. One pulls in, the other pushes out. Together, they create a tension that can feel, quite literally, like your body and mind are being restructured. If you've been feeling things that don't seem to add up, like a ringing in your ears that comes and goes without warning, waves of nausea without any physical cause, unexpected changes in body temperature, or that odd pressure behind your eyes that's hard to explain, know this, you are not broken. You are being recalibrated. These aren't punishments or warnings. They're energetic adjustments. And they are signs that the shift has already touched you. Energy, especially the kind that moves through portals like August 8th, does not operate according to human etiquette. It doesn't knock politely and wait for you to open the door. It moves in, often before you realize what's happening. And most times, the first place it shows up is in the body. So if you feel exhausted but somehow alert, starving but unable to eat, heavy in your limbs but clear in your head, don't resist it. Don't obsess over it. Just witness it. This is the pause before the energetic wave fully arrives. If you're feeling it now, you've already been marked by its frequency. There's another layer too, and it's one many are quietly navigating in solitude, the disruption of sleep. If your nights have become restless, if you're tossing and turning with a mind that refuses to shut down, you're not experiencing standard insomnia. This is the result of an energetic frequency that is keeping your consciousness awake, even while your body begs for rest. And it's not just because of stress or overstimulation. It's because the portal is opening up parts of your awareness that operate beyond the physical plane. You are being stretched, psychically, emotionally, spiritually, and your linear mind doesn't quite know how to interpret it. This portal opens a non-physical space inside of you, a kind of multidimensional interface. It's not just your thoughts bouncing around at night. What you're encountering is data, ancestral signals, forgotten timelines, collective memories, even fragments of knowledge from other lifetimes or soul agreements. And when that level of frequency is moving through your system, ordinary sleep patterns break down. It's like trying to rest inside a buzzing transmission tower. Your mind picks up the static, even in complete silence. Many of you may notice that the silence itself becomes deafening. That strange high-pitched tone, that white noise humming in the background, that eerie stillness that feels almost louder than sound. It's all part of the shift. It's not random. It's what happens in the liminal zone, the interference field between one energetic timeline and the next. Your system is straddling dimensions, trying to ground into something new, while still releasing what no longer fits. That static isn't noise, it's the friction of transition. And then there's the dream space, or the absence of it. Some of you may feel like your dreams have vanished entirely, like you're slipping into darkness and seeing absolutely nothing. Others might encounter fragmented imagery, symbols, glyphs, strange flashes of meaning that you almost understand but can't quite decode. That's because your dream realm isn't operating as a story right now. It's functioning like a buffer, a loading screen. You're being reprogrammed on levels your waking mind can't yet translate. The dream is not showing you what's next because you're still being updated with a language you'll need to understand it. This is not the time to chase sleep like it's something you're failing at. Let rest come however it needs to. You may find yourself fully alert after only a few hours, or slipping into a brief nap that feels more restorative than an entire night's rest. You might fall asleep at dawn and wake up refreshed by mid-morning. These rhythms aren't errors. They're recalibrations. Your physical body isn't running the show right now, your soul is. And your soul is working harder than you realize. You are not malfunctioning. You are not unraveling. You are becoming. Your nervous system is adjusting to a higher frequency. Your body is integrating codes your logical mind doesn't even recognize. Your consciousness is receiving information that can only be processed through stillness, breath, and presence. This is what it feels like to be rewired in real time, not through force, but through alignment. What you're experiencing right now is nothing less than a spiritual recalibration. It's not just a shift in energy, it's a realignment of your entire being. Your body still needs rest, yes, but not in the way it used to. The restoration you're looking for won't arrive in long, uninterrupted stretches. It will come in waves, in bursts of clarity and surrender. So stop measuring your healing by how many hours you slept or how many items you checked off your to-do list. Those metrics no longer apply. Start measuring by how deeply you're aligning with who you truly are. The moment you stop resisting this pull, this deep, silent invitation to become, the noise begins to fade. The static clears. The signal becomes sharp, undeniable. You don't have to prove you're ready. You don't need to convince the universe with action. Your energy will speak first. It always does. And now more than ever, it's the only thing that matters that there's something about this year's 8-8 portal that feels different. Not louder, not more chaotic, but deeper. More precise. The change is subtle, but massive. It's not just that it overlaps with a powerful full moon on August 9th. It's that this time the shift doesn't demand effort. It doesn't ask you to perform or create rituals to earn its blessings. It simply asks you to allow, to become, to remember that in past years you may have felt compelled to do something to mark the Lion's Gate, scripting affirmations, lighting candles, journaling intentions, visualizing outcomes. And while those practices still hold sacred space, what's happening now transcends all of it. This is not about the ritual. This is about the resonance. Your energy itself has become the offering. The altar is your field. The ceremony is your embodiment. The universe isn't reading your manifestations off the page anymore. It's reading the frequency of your presence, your decisions, your silences, your integrity. It's responding to who you are when no one is watching. If you've been healing in the dark, letting go without announcements, doing the hard work quietly, this is the moment that energy starts to return to you. You'll begin to feel it ripple outward. Not through force, but through flow. Not through hustle, but through harmony. Your frequency has become your application to the next level of your life. And guess what? The universe has already received it. Suddenly, you'll notice things begin to shift around you. People might respond to you differently, even if you haven't said a word. Synchronicities will increase. You'll find yourself at the right place at the right time without trying to orchestrate it. Conversations will open doors you didn't even know existed. Opportunities that once felt like mountains to climb will now move toward you. Not because you're doing more, but because you're aligned more. This is what happens when the Lion's Gate portal meets a full moon in such close proximity. It dissolves interference. It clears out the debris between you and your natural magnetism. It replaces the static of over-efforting with a clean current of aligned ease. And ease isn't laziness. Ease is the natural rhythm of a soul that's no longer in resistance. And here's what's even more powerful about this moment. It brings back something many have lost: hope. Real, quiet, unshakable hope. The kind that makes you start dreaming again, not of escape, but of creation. The kind of dreaming that makes your future feel not just possible, but present. You might find yourself smiling for no reason. You might look out a window and feel something warm stir in your chest. You might catch yourself visualizing your future not as a fantasy, but as something already building itself around you. That's not delusion. That's vision. That's your energy signaling that your timeline is shifting. This is the hidden gift of the 88 portal and the full moon that follows. Together, they don't just help you manifest, they help you remember your own power. A lighter heart, a clearer mind, a future that doesn't feel so far away anymore. This isn't wishful thinking. This is energetic confirmation. The transformation is internal first, always. And soon, the external will have no choice but to match it. You won't need to explain it. You won't need to prove anything. Your presence will say it all. The moon, remember, doesn't generate light, it reflects. And during this full moon on August 9th, it's not just reflecting the sun. It's reflecting you. Everything you've released, everything you've claimed, every shadow you've faced, it all gets held up to the light. While the 88 portal opens the doorway, this moon kicks it wide open. But here's the part no one tells you. It doesn't just reveal what's ahead. It turns its gaze back on what you thought was already behind you. This moon is not here to hand you closure like a tidy package. It's here to ask the harder question. Are you sure you're done with this? That old story, that familiar pain, that outdated identity, have you really let it go? Or are you just carrying it differently? It holds up a mirror, not to punish, but to clarify. It shows you what still lingers in the corners of your energetic house. It's not judgment, it's illumination. You have the chance now to decide consciously and courageously what you are bringing with you into this next chapter and what you're finally, irrevocably ready to leave behind. This moment isn't here to confuse you. It's here to confirm you. The full moon doesn't arrive to punish or rewind your progress. It shows up like a cosmic truth teller, a mirror held up not to your mind, but to your energy. And what it reflects back might stir things you thought you had already released. If you've let go of an old pattern, a belief, a connection, or a version of yourself, but only halfway, only intellectually, only when it was convenient, this moon may bring it all back up. Not because you failed, not because you're regressing, but because real release is an embodiment, not a performance. This moon doesn't test whether you remember the lesson. It checks whether you've become the new vibration. Whether the shift is anchored deep enough to hold. You might find yourself caught off guard emotionally, waves rising up with no clear trigger, tears falling for reasons your mind can't name. Memories surfacing from years ago, past relationships or unresolved chapters visiting your dreams, or even reaching out in real life. This isn't a haunting. It's an energetic detox. It's your field flushing out the remnants of what no longer has a place in your frequency. It's not regression. It's purification. Think of it like smoke leaving the room after the fire has gone out. It's a release, not a return. And for those who've truly done the work, who've sat in the discomfort, peeled back the layers, healed in silence, the shift will feel different. The full moon will land like a key clicking into a lock. You'll feel things clicking. Suddenly, that decision you couldn't make for months, it becomes obvious. That doubt you kept circling, it dissolves. Your vision clears. Your inner knowing activates. And instead of wrestling with questions, you'll feel yourself answering with presence. During this full moon window, dreams may feel more vivid, symbolic, emotionally rich. Not just scenes, but signals. Your subconscious may speak in images, archetypes, and layered metaphors. This isn't a passive mirror. It doesn't simply show you what is, it magnifies what has shifted. If you've evolved, you'll see the glow. If you've resisted, you'll feel the rub. But either way, it's not judgment. It's reflection. It's clarity. This moon acts as a checkpoint between timelines, a moment of sacred inventory. And the emotions you feel during this window will reveal exactly where you actually are. Not where you want to be, not where you pretend to be, but where your energy currently lives. And once this mirror has spoken, there's no going back. Not because you're trapped, but because once you've seen truth, pretending becomes too painful. The old version of you no longer has a home in this frequency. You're not being tested. You're being activated. There's something subtle yet deeply significant unfolding in the energetic space of August 8th and the days surrounding it. This energy isn't random. It isn't scattered. It is intelligent. It has direction. It's looking for something. And no, it's not scanning for who's perfect, who's polished, or who looks the part. It's scanning for resonance, for strength, not the loud kind, but the quiet, unwavering frequency that signals readiness. You may have felt this already. A strange, almost invisible pressure humming in the background. A pull to clean your space, shift your routine, clear your mind, declutter your emotions. You may have noticed a voice low and steady saying there's more. Rise to it. That's not anxiety. That's not ego. That's your higher self tuning into the call on August 8th and 9th. That call gets louder. But here's what most people miss. This isn't about spiritual theatrics. This isn't about signs in the sky or sudden cosmic drama. The invitation is subtle, but powerful. It will come through the quiet moments. You'll feel it in your body before you hear it in your mind. You'll notice you can no longer tolerate certain conversations, certain behaviors, certain old cycles. The discomfort isn't random. It's the energy realigning your internal compass toward truth. Spiritual energy doesn't choose the most visible. It chooses the most anchored. Those who've cultivated steadiness through storms. Those who've faced themselves without needing applause. Those who are capable of holding light in heavy rooms without losing their own. This is energetic recruitment, not as a reward, but as a recognition. Massive waves of transformation are moving through the collective right now, and the earth doesn't need everyone to catch them, only a few who can hold them. And you might be one of them. You might be someone being asked to carry more, not as a burden, but as a blessing. Not for glory, but for service. Don't expect this call to come with trumpets or fanfare. It won't arrive with external validation. It will rise within you as a quiet certainty, as an inner shift where your old life starts to feel too small, too noisy, too disconnected. Where your soul starts whispering, this isn't it anymore. Something else is calling. The higher the energy, the more specific its pull. This portal doesn't communicate through drama. It speaks through urgency. A sense that time is folding in, that the space between who you are and who you're becoming is narrowing, and you have to step up. Not because you're being judged, but because you're being chosen. And not by something outside of you, but by the highest version within you. You are not being asked to earn it. You are being asked to embody it. Let the emotions rise. Let the echoes of the past surface one final time. Let the tears come. Let the silence speak. But know this isn't the collapse. It's the clearing. This is where the old version of you meets its final mirror. And what you choose to do with what you see, that's what unlocks the next chapter. Don't be alarmed if your tolerance for distractions begins to vanish overnight. The people you used to entertain, the conversations that once filled the time, the habits that numbed more than nourished, suddenly, they may feel unbearable. This isn't you growing bitter or detached. This is you coming into clarity, a clarity so sharp, so undeniable, that anything misaligned with your truth now feels like static. That discomfort is not a sign of regression. It's an indication of elevation. You're no longer willing to invest energy into anything that doesn't honor your expansion. And this shift is essential because the kind of energy entering the planet now isn't subtle. It's not the kind of current you can carry while holding on to your past. It requires space, awareness, alignment. You're not being asked to rescue the world. You're being asked to hold your own light boldly, unapologetically, without shrinking it to make others more comfortable. This next chapter doesn't require performance. It requires presence. You're being called to walk forward not with noise, but with knowing. Not with ego, but with embodiment. As the Lionsgate portal peaks on August 8th and is immediately followed by a highly charged full moon on the 9th, the spiritual landscape is being entirely rewritten. And those of you who have answered the internal call, who have chosen to listen rather than resist, won't just feel different. You'll be different. It won't be temporary. It won't be a wave you ride and then forget. It will be foundational. You are not just being noticed. You are being chosen. Not by some external authority, but by your own higher self. You stepped into alignment with a moment most people spend lifetimes waiting for, the kind of cosmic convergence that doesn't simply nudge your destiny forward, but propels it, because what's happening on August 8th and 9th isn't ordinary. It's not part of a yearly spiritual rhythm. It is, in the deepest sense, cosmically historic. This is a rare fusion of frequencies, an overlap of two energetic titans, the 88 portal and a powerfully activated full moon. These two events are stacking, merging, combining their intensity into a condensed and potent activation window. Think of it like two lenses aligning perfectly to focus divine energy into a single razor-sharp beam. And through that beam, something extraordinary emerges, a path. Not just any path, but a soul map, one that illuminates where you're going with an unprecedented sense of purpose. This isn't metaphor. This is energetic architecture. What's opening now is a window so precise, so unique in frequency, it won't repeat in this exact configuration for decades. It's a cosmic fingerprint, once in a generation energy, and once it's gone, it won't be replicated. That means this is your moment. You're inside one of the thinnest spiritual veils of your entire lifetime. The space between who you've been and who you're becoming has nearly disappeared. You're standing in what feels like a bridge between timelines. But that bridge is not permanent. It won't hold itself open forever. This is sacred, temporary ground. A threshold that must be crossed with intention or not at all. And if you miss it, if you sleepwalk through it, you may find yourself having to wait years for another portal this exact clear. The energetic acceleration happening now is unlike anything the collective has felt in recent memory. Patterns that would normally take months to dissolve can now collapse in a breath. Lifetimes of emotional weight can lift in a single honest realization. You may receive downloads, epiphanies, and inner clarity that shift your course instantly. Healing doesn't need to be slow. In this vibration, one moment of full awareness can equal years of work. But here's the key: you must meet this energy consciously. This isn't the kind of force that overrides your will. It doesn't barge in and force evolution upon you. It offers. It invites. It presents a doorway and asks, will you walk through it? If you're still clinging to the noise, if you're scrolling, distracting, or numbing your way through this portal, the opportunity will pass you like a whisper. It will leave no evidence. You won't even know you missed it, just that something could have shifted and didn't. Not so. Treat these days with reverence. Turn down the volume of the outside world. Listen inward. Make space. Even 5 minutes of stillness can allow something monumental to land. Journal what moves through you, even if the words don't yet make sense. Write down the dream fragments, the symbols, the intuitive nudges. Don't judge their clarity. Trust their arrival. Sit with your restlessness. Don't run from it. It's the friction between who you were and who you're becoming. And most importantly, make a choice. It doesn't have to be massive. Even one quiet, firm decision to stop tolerating what drains you or to start honoring what ignites you is enough to change your frequency. Declare your readiness, not with performance, but with presence. Don't wait for your future to be handed to you. Claim it by aligning with it. You are not lost. You are not behind. You are in the middle of one of the most rare and powerful alignment points of your lifetime. This is not the time to play small, question your worth, or delay your growth. This is the moment to walk boldly into the future that's already reaching back for you. Portals like this don't swing open twice. They arrive with a purpose, with timing so exact it feels like the universe is holding its breath just to deliver it. And once they pass, they do not rewind. They don't pause. They either shift you onto a new path or they close quietly behind you, leaving you changed only by what you dared to allow. That's the power of this moment, not to overwhelm you into perfection, but to open a door so profound that even a step through it could redirect the entire trajectory of your life. You're not expected to decode the entire message in one night. You're not meant to have every answer in this instant. But you are being asked to make room, to clear a little space inside you, not just in your calendar, not just in your schedule, but in your spirit, so that the answers already trying to arrive can find somewhere to land. This isn't just another full moon. This isn't just a seasonal energetic shift. This is a signal. And how you respond, whether you show up to meet it or sleep through it, will shape whether this transformation walks with you or passes you by. You might feel like you're spiraling, like your thoughts are running in every direction at once, and no matter how you try to ground them, they refuse to make sense. That's not overthinking. That's not anxiety. That's not mental fatigue. What you're experiencing is the rush of too much truth arriving all at once. And your mind is trying to funnel all of that multidimensional awareness into a single, simple sentence. That's where the discomfort is. That's the stretch. What's happening now is something many are calling a thought cascade. It's a sudden, unfiltered downpour of consciousness. Ideas, realizations, visions, solutions. They flood your inner space without warning. You might catch 5 or 6 powerful insights in a single breath, each one capable of changing your life. But before you can fully explore even one of them, your mind goes completely blank. Not peacefully still, but eerily quiet, like you hit a wall of white noise. And then just as fast, it all comes crashing back in, unfiltered and electric. This is not a malfunction. This is what it feels like when two massive energetic systems intersect within you. You are not breaking down. You're being reconfigured. On one side of this spiritual convergence is the 88 portal, fierce, focused, driven. Its energy is sharp like lightning. It doesn't ask. It commands. It pushes you to act, to declare, to move. That's the current that brings the flood of thoughts. On the other side is the full moon energy, soft, deep, spacious. It carries the energy of stillness, of receiving, of allowing. That's the wave that brings the silence. And in the space between those forces, something miraculous is happening. Your thoughts aren't failing. They're weaving together across timelines, across dimensions, trying to integrate multiple frequencies into a singular awareness. You are not scattered. You are expanding. But your human self, the mind, the nervous system, the ego is still catching up. This may show up in strange ways. You may begin writing something deeply inspired, only to forget your train of thought halfway through. You might feel completely lit up walking into a room, then freeze, unsure of why you entered. You might feel wildly creative and utterly blank all within a few minutes. It's not memory loss. It's not confusion. It's a sign that your awareness is multitasking on a cosmic level. You are receiving data from multiple timelines simultaneously. And though your soul is fluent in that language, your body and brain are just learning how to translate. So here is what's essential. Don't resist it. Don't fight the blur. Don't try to force linear understanding in a moment that is anything but linear. You cannot push this kind of energy into a spreadsheet or a to-do list. This is not a moment to master. It is a moment to meet. You don't have to make sense of every download right now. You only need to hold what comes. Record voice notes of your bursts of insight. Scribble phrases and symbols in a notebook, even if they seem like nonsense. Capture the energy, not the logic. Some of the messages arriving now won't make full sense until months from now, but that doesn't mean they aren't real. In fact, that's how you know they are. And just as important, honor the silence that follows. When your mind goes quiet after a surge, don't panic. That blank space isn't failure. It's spiritual integration. It's the sacred pause where your system is installing the very upgrade you just received. Behind the scenes of your consciousness, new neural pathways are forming, your intuition is rebalancing, your frequency is recalibrating. The blankness is part of the work that in a world obsessed with constant output, the void can feel like a threat. But in sacred energy windows like this one, the void is a sign that your inner world is becoming something it's never been before. It's the cosmic exhale that makes room for your next inhale. You are not broken. You are becoming. Just because your mind goes quiet doesn't mean your transformation is paused. Silence is not the absence of growth. It's often the proof of it. When your thoughts slow down, when words disappear and the inner voice fades into stillness, you are not being left behind. You are being pulled deeper. These pauses in mental activity are not voids. They are spaces being cleared for something far greater than language to arrive. You're not stuck. You're integrating. If you've been fluctuating between moments of intense clarity and sudden blankness, it's not a malfunction, it's a signal. You're receiving more than your conscious mind can yet hold. And that's not something to fear. It's something to revere. Trust that when all these pieces reconnect, when the insight catches up with the integration, it will land with a kind of understanding that doesn't just click, it transforms. What seems confusing now will eventually unfold into wisdom so precise, you'll wonder how you ever doubted it. But let's correct a common misconception. August 8th, the famed 88 portal, is not the conclusion. It's not the destination. It's the ignition point. It's not the ending of anything. It's the beginning of everything. The door doesn't slam shut at midnight. The magic doesn't expire when the calendar turns. The energy born on the 8th begins to unfold across the following days, weeks, and even months. It doesn't vanish, it amplifies. Think of August 8th as the moment the universe places a pen in your hand. What you think, feel, speak, and focus on in that moment becomes the ink you write your next chapter with. It's not metaphor. It's mechanics. Your energy becomes the template. And on August 9th, when the full moon rises, it doesn't just light up the sky. It seals your intentions, your vibrations, your frequency into form. Like wax poured onto a scroll, the moon stamps the energetic contract you've just signed, consciously or unconsciously. This isn't a cosmic show you simply tune into like entertainment. This is a living transmission. And you're not just watching it, you're in it. You're co-creating with it. From August 9th through August 12th, the universe moves into a different mode. It stops listening and starts responding. You've sent out your signal. Now the echo comes back. And that's why your focus right now is everything. What you're holding in your field, be it love, fear, faith, indecision, courage, or lack, is going to begin crystallizing into form. This is not wishful thinking. This is energetic LAW. So what happens after the portal? You receive what you claimed. If you asked for truth, prepare for it to arrive unfiltered. Masks will fall. Not just on others, but within yourself. Anything you've hidden, suppressed, or sugar-coated may rise to the surface, not to shame you, but to free you. If you asked for purpose, don't expect a vision board. Expect redirection. Sudden clarity. A job that no longer fits. A relationship that reveals its expiration date. An inner voice that refuses to be ignored. Your path won't be handed to you. It will unfold through the clearing away of what no longer belongs. If you ask for power, prepare to meet the parts of you that keep giving it away. You may face the habits, the attachments, the identities that quietly drain your life force. Not to punish you, but to invite you to reclaim what was never meant to be lost. And yes, you may be tested, but not in the way we think of tests. This isn't a cosmic exam to prove you're worthy. This is a refinement process. A sacred pressure that molds you into the version of yourself that's able to hold what you asked for. You wanted alignment. Now you'll be shown the places you were out of it. You asked for abundance. Now you'll feel every fear that blocks it. These are not punishments. They are activations. Invitations to become undeniable. The portal is the opening. The moon is the seal. What comes next is your mirror, and this is where most people fall back asleep. They treat August 8th like a one-night event. A trend. A passing moment. They light their candles, make their wishes, and then return to their old loops, unaware that the real work, the alchemy, was never in the ritual. It was in the becoming. But if you're still here, still reading this, still feeling the weight and wonder of this moment, then you already know the countdown didn't end on August 8th. It just started moving in a new direction. And from this point forward, you have a choice to rise or to repeat, to honor what you felt or to pretend you didn't. Because now that you've tasted alignment, you won't be able to tolerate its opposite without consequence. Now that you've glimpsed what's possible, you can't unsee it. Now that your soul has opened to more, it won't accept less. This is not a curse. It's a gift. A holy responsibility to live in accordance with what you now know. So carry this awareness with you. Protect your energy as if it is sacred, because it is. Speak as if your words shape your world, because they do. Walk as if the universe is listening, because it always is. This portal is not just closing behind you. It is embedding itself within you. It has moved into your bones, into your breath, into your very field. And now your job isn't to keep chasing more energy. It's to embody what you already received. The universe doesn't need more intentions. It needs more integration. You are the spell now. You are the portal. You are the living proof that energy doesn't just pass, it transforms. Let that transformation speak for you. Let your actions now be the ritual. Let your life be the altar. The days ahead are not about waiting. They are about becoming. Choose well, and trust that the universe has already chosen you.